Hi, my name is Sammy Statlander, and this summer I had the opportunity to do my field experience with Ventura City Fire Department. The overview of placement, it was at Ventura City Fire Department in Ventura, California. My supervisor was Heather Ellis. She's the EMS administrator, but she is also a registered nurse, a previous firefighter paramedic, and plays a lot of roles underneath her EMS administrator title. Daily activities included ride-outs, 911 abuser work, contact with different services such as APS, mental health interviews, opioid crisis research, and constant refresh trainings. So my review of activities, ride-outs, we went on a couple calls, including trouble breathing, car accidents, wellness checks, and attempted suicides. 911 abuser work, I got to have meetings with adult protection services, HUD housing, go on house visits, give notice, fall prevention clinics, and I was tracking current and new super users and connecting with firefighters and doing some research on the different penal codes. Trainings, I got to learn how to deliver a baby, different hazmat safety and toxic gas trainings. While at headquarters, I was able to do research on the opioid epidemic and how that affects the fire department as a whole. I got to update frequent flyer spreadsheets in their information and tracking. I got to email different fire stations talking about going on ride-outs or how 911 abusing is affecting their specific department. And I got to have interviews about the mental health resources that are available at Ventura City Fire. Miscellaneous, I got to help with some 4th of July parade prep by painting Little Tykes houses to look like firehouses. I got to have lunch outs with current firefighters during EMS Appreciation Week and just talk to them about what a day in the life looks for them. I got to go to the training grounds, get an overview of what the academy would look like. I got to participate in wellness yoga with the fire stations, and constantly go on therapy dog visits. So here's just a couple of photos from my ride-outs, and these were super fun. I got to work with 911 abusers. As you can see, I tracked a lot of their calls and how many they were transported to the hospital for. Here's the training grounds in the area where the people who are going through academy right now keep all their stuff. And then here's just my ID with one of the trucks. And as we can see at headquarters, I took a lot of notes. On the right, you can see the information that I gained from the California opioid epidemic. And then on the left, you can see some of the research that I did during this class on how to decrease frequent flyer super users in the system. And then I did some research on the mental health and fire departments. Essentially, what I was able to find out is that anger is at the helm for mental health challenges in firefighting personnel. And this is followed and connected with PTSD, suicidal ideation, alcohol use, depression, and different mental health. My personal reaction to the experiences, I loved every experience. My favorite was going to the fire station and getting to run a variety of calls. Going on the attempted suicide call, I was able to test my stomach when it came to seeing gruesome things, and I actually thought that I handled them better than I expected. It was nice to feel the rush of adrenaline on the way to the call and the feeling of success on the way out from the call. I also learned just how many mental health services the city of Ventura has to offer. They actually have a whole person in charge of these, and I was able to sit down and just talk about the different services and how much they're used. The experience did nothing but support that the career choice of firefighting is what I want to pursue. So two of my original goals was that I wanted to learn the different careers fire has to offer and how mental health services are used in the fire. Both were completed. I was able to experience EMS administration, firefighting, paramedic, fire engineers, water rescue. I was able to learn about all these things, fire inspectors, fire captains, fire chiefs, all the different positions. And then learning about mental health services, I was able to sit down and talk about the resources, how much they're used, what's available, how much they're allowed to utilize before they were to get charged, and just about different mental health things such as the yoga, staff beach days. They have a softball league that they play in. So, yeah. Facts and concepts learned prior to coursework related to my experience was very high. As we can see, biopsych, a lot of sleep patterns, substance uses, cognition, a lot of situational awareness, problem solving, gen psych, positive negative reinforcement, mental health disorders, counseling, especially a lot of PTSD, work-life balance, peer support, and social psychology, stereotypes, team balance, chemistry, workplace etiquette. Faith influenced me in this field experience largely. Working in the first responder field, it's hard not to have faith play a large role. You're constantly putting yourself in danger and constantly hoping for the best outcome for patients that you transport. A lot of times you won't get to know the outcome that these patients have because you just drop them off at the hospital. So all you can do is have faith that the doctors will do their job to allow them to continue living. So faith is very large. So my evaluation of my plans to continue is I'm going to graduate from George Fox this year. I'll get my EMT cert and my fire classes done by spring 2027. I'll then work as an EMT for about half a year, get my hours in, take my CPAT test, which is the physical training, make sure that I'm physically fit to be a firefighter, paramedic, and then after that, I'll go to paramedic school. That's about a year long. I'll pass the NREMT exam, which will make me a registered paramedic in the spring of 2028, and that would allow me to apply to be a firefighter paramedic in 2029. I'd get hired on and go to academy. Ongoing career planning has been influenced largely. I was able to talk with my EMS administrator a lot about different programs. She referred to me a lot of EMT school programs and a lot of paramedic school programs. I was able to speak with aspiring firefighters in the program here about a workout plan and how that looks different for a female versus a male. And then I was also able to learn a lot about the LA Fire Department versus Ventura City Fire Department and learn about the pay differences, the culture differences to try to decide which department I would want to work in. So overall, I had an amazing experience at Ventura City Fire Department. The department in particular is culturally surrounded by family and interconnections. I was able to learn about the future steps that I need to take and was encouraged to do so. The experience increased my knowledge in EMT, paramedic, fire, water rescue, all these different realms of the department. And it's allowed me to make the decision that this is the career that I do want for my future. And I was able to also see how much psychology plays a role in this career path. And being able to combine my love for first responder work as well as psychology is what I'm most excited about. And I was told that once I get all my certifications, if I come on back to Ventura City Fire, I'm almost guaranteed a spot. So it was a great experience, and I'm really thankful for this class.